So, hello and welcome to episode 33 of our Aston Martin Save. Now, as you can probably tell from my voice, there has been a virus sweeping through the Aston Martin factory this week, but we're not going to let that stop us. We're going to carry on. And today we've got the British Grand Prix. If you didn't go back and watch the last Grand Prix at Canada, we made some massively poor decisions early on in that Grand Prix, but then we got it right towards the end, and both our guys were left to race and finished third and fourth, respectively, making big points for the team. But now we come on to the British Grand Prix, my home circuit. 52 laps round here. Max Verstappen holds the lap record. Car attributes, top speed, low speed cornering, and high speed cornering as well. We might do okay around here. We've got some development activities on the suspension and the rear wing coming in as well. We've got minor technical changes for next year, so the research after this ATR period will be going into that. But I'm going to get into practice now, and we'll see if we're qualifying for the British Grand Prix.
We're here in legendary Silverstone, where the very first Formula One World Championship Grand Prix was held back in 1950. It's a place where every tuft of grass breathes motorsport, and the crowd are already crackling with excitement. Silverstone demands a lot of power from cars, with numerous twists and historic turns. Downforce is going to be a key factor to manage if teams want to succeed here. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder what else is in store for the teams. Well, there's only one way to find out. The competition is on.
So you join us, final flying laps in Q2. Fernando Alonso currently sat in P7. Pierre Gasly down in P11 in the drop zone as things stand. Fernando Alonso could do with improving as he comes around the final corner. Has he managed to improve? He has. He's put himself in front of Valtteri Bottas. Meanwhile, Pierre Gasly needs to improve badly. He's green through the first and second sectors. Is Pierre Gasly going to get himself out of the drop zone? Crosses the line. Doesn't improve by enough. Fernando Alonso into Q3. Pierre Gasly will not be, starting in possibly P11, depending on what happens with the two McLarens. Danny Ricciardo makes it into Q3. Is Lando Norris going to follow suit? Lando Norris, final one to cross the line, and finishes P13. McLaren showing a little bit more pace than they have done earlier in this season, so just the one car in Q3. Fernando Alonso on his final flying lap in Q3, not improving on his initial time. Probably to be expected, to be fair. Fernando Alonso crosses the line, P7. It's all over Bottas and Danny Ricciardo. Right, guys, so strategy-wise, nothing too different. Both guys going to be starting on the optimal strategy according to the information we've been given. The one-stop is an option. Apparently, it is a little bit quicker, but we'll assess that as it comes. We're not expecting any rain. It would be a surprise if we do get an 8. So both guys, both starting on the medium. Fernando from 6th, Pierre Gasly from 11th. 5 red lights coming up.
Hold on tight. It's the British Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And away we go, and straight away we're going to be riding on board with Fernando Alonso, who's going to look to make a decent start into turn 1 here. The Ferraris and Red Bull going side by side. Max Verstappen does lead us the way. It's been a very positive start for George Russell already, battling to get into P3. Fernando Alonso very much sticking in there as well. There's obviously been a couple of grid penalties knocking about. If we have a look at Valtteri Bottas, currently running down in P16, but Fernando Alonso going for an early move on Carlos Sainz. Will switch to the TV camera. Fernando Alonso is going to have the inside line down into the next corner, and Fernando Alonso looks to overtake the Ferrari, and he's now got the Mercedes of George Russell in his sights, but Carlos Sainz keeping his nose in, keeping with Fernando Alonso. It's going to be interesting to see if Fernando can get past him. He can't at this moment. He's using the ERS, but at the moment I don't think we're going to manage to get in front of Carlos Sainz. We're going to switch it now back down to normal tyres and normal ERS mode. If we have a quick look at Pierre Gasly, what's Pierre Gasly up to at this moment in time? He's chasing after Esteban Ocon, but can't quite get past him. I know he's on the hard compounded tyre. I would expect Pierre to be able to get past him very shortly, but lap 1, your leader is Max Verstappen, followed by Charles Leclerc, then comes Sergio Perez, George Russell, Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso in P6, Sebastian Vettel P7, Ricciardo 8, Hamilton 9, Ocon 10th, and Pierre Gasly P11. Crucial moment for Fernando Alonso's race here on lap 3. He's managed to break the DRS for Sebastian Vettel. He's now out of DRS range, so he's now just latching onto these two guys, hoping that the pace of these two quicker cars can carry him to a very high points finish. Meanwhile, Pierre Gasly cannot get past Esteban Ocon, and he really needs to, because I think Ocon is going to fall away from that Mercedes. I think we're going to give Gasly a bit of ERS to use to get the job done in the next couple of laps. Hopefully, let's ride on board with Pierre Gasly. Can he get near to Esteban Ocon? He can't at this moment, but as you can see, Esteban Ocon nearly out of the DRS range of the two cars in front of him. Now I'm hoping down this next straight he's going to manage to get Esteban Ocon, so let's keep on board with him here. Pierre Gasly, does he get a great exit? Not particularly, but then again, neither does Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon has got the DRS, but Pierre Gasly is going to use all the DRS in the world to try and get past him. Is he going to make the move? I think he's too far back. He is too far back. Pierre Gasly still P11. Right then, lap 8, just to bring you back in, just because there's going to be a strategy change. Fernando Alonso is going to stay on the 2-stop. We are going to switch Pierre Gasly onto a 1-stop from mediums onto hards. He cannot get past Esteban Ocon for trying, so we're now just saving the tyres. So Pierre Gasly is going to be going long on the first stint and then straight onto the hard compound tyre. So splitting the strategy, 6th and 11th. At the front, Charles Leclerc is leading, but he's got Verstappen and Perez both having a go at him. It's a three-way fight for the win here at Silverstone. Carlos Sainz running P4, Russell P5, Alonso just about hanging on to the back of these guys, and then comes Hamilton, Vettel, Ricciardo, Ocon and Gasly. And at the back, then poor Williams in Schumacher and Tsunoda, 19th and 20th. Lap 17, we've had a crash involving multiple cars. And it looks like it's going to be the Haas or the AlphaTauri that's going to be involved. It's the AlphaTauri, and then it just clips the Haas on the way around. You'd be disappointed there. This was the optimal lap for Fernando to be coming in, so he is going to come in this lap. We are having a little nosy at where Pierre Gasly would come out. Pierre Gasly would come out 15th. He'd still be behind Lewis Hamilton, so we're going to leave Pierre Gasly out. I think that's the best idea. But Fernando Alonso is coming in this lap, so if we just speed it along a little bit, when he gets to the start-finish straight, we'll get Fernando Alonso coming into the pits, which he should be doing just about now. And here he is. Fernando Alonso is in. Where is he going to come out? Is he going to jump Perez or Verstappen? That's the interesting thing. Verstappen and Perez coming down now. He isn't. Alonso drops back there. And Fernando Alonso is going to come out in P9. He's going to come out behind his teammate, and he's also going to come out behind Alexander Albon. So virtual safety car ended. Fernando Alonso back out in P10. Pit stop done. Pierre Gasly will be in a little while. Lap 19. Lap 21. Fernando Alonso makes an important move and puts the Alfa Romeo between himself and that Mercedes behind him. Good work from Fernando, utilising the DRS, and DRS was used. Great work there from Fernando. We enjoyed that. So Fernando's up to P9. Pierre Gasly's pit windows in about 2 or 3 laps. That's the optimal pit stop time for him. So we'll come back when Pierre is ready to come in. Lap 25, Pierre is in. Right, Fernando Alonso back now up to P6, so that's as you were. But Pierre Gasly, this is his one and only pit stop, going onto the hard compound tyre. Let's see if we get a decent stop here. I'm hoping we're going to do. Our guys already am waiting. Pit stop time, 2.8, not the quickest stop, but let's see where Pierre filters back out. We're expecting around sort of P15, P16. He's back out in P12. Not too bad at all. He's got Valtteri Bottas for company, but he is now going to the end. Meanwhile, Fernando Alonso is back up in P6. But what has worked for him is he's now up with George Russell. He lost touch with George Russell. But George Russell has just come out. He stayed out a little bit longer, George Russell, on that medium compounded tyre. Now onto the hard. And Fernando Alonso has got the benefit of DRS of George Russell to aid him in fighting Lewis Hamilton, his old teammate. Lap 25. Lap 26, Carlos Sainz. What a mistake to make. Spins it, and I'm hoping you're going to see coming through on the highlights. There is George Russell, and there is Fernando Alonso going past the Spaniard. Fernando Alonso now up to P5. Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz's teammate, currently leading by nearly 4 seconds from Sergio Perez. Lap 29, and we couldn't hold Lewis Hamilton back any longer. The Mercedes is quicker than us, and it's not worthwhile fighting him. We might as well just try and latch onto that DRS and hope that we can do that way. because we ain't gonna outpace Lewis Hamilton. We really aren't, and hopefully that'll aid us in saving off. I won't be too disappointed, guys. I won't be too disappointed. We are still in peace. We've overtaken Hamilton actually, as it stands. So there's a real ding-dong battle going on here. We'll join it back live now with Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton. But this fighting is not exactly helping us in terms of Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz now 3 seconds back in a very, very quick Ferrari, so that's not ideal for us at all. I'd rather Fernando play it a little bit quicker, but I can't tell him what to do. He knows a little bit more than me, I am sure. But strategy view-wise, we've got about another 10 laps, another, 7-8 laps on these tyres, then we'll be back onto the mediums. The one sort of curveball that we could play is leave him out a little bit longer and chuck him onto the softs, but we'll assess that as we go. Obviously, Pierre is now going to the end. But lap 30, Lewis Hamilton back in front, Fernando Alonso latch onto that DRS and keep Carlos Sainz at bay. That's the plan. You join us back on lap 37. As you can see at the top, we have got people pitting. We're going to be pitting onto the mediums as well. Leclerc, Perez, Hamilton, all boxed already. Carlos Sainz is just too quick in that Ferrari. He's been fantastic this race, absolutely fantastic. That car is just so quick, that Ferrari. We're trying to latch onto the back of it for a little bit of pace, which would be nice. And actually, I think if we can stay with these, which, I mean, look at that, we lost 4 tenths in one corner there. If we can latch onto these for a little bit, that would be lovely. Pierre Gasly chilling out behind Valtteri Bottas at the moment. Obviously not got to stop again, Pierre Gasly. Fernando Alonso now in P4, but will be in this lap. We'll come back for the pit stop. And on lap 38, Fernando is in. Right, let's see where he comes out. Decent pit stop, 2.7, better than Pierre's. Right, this is all important. Where does he filter out? He comes out behind Danny Ricciardo. Danny Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton, and also Esteban Ocon as well. So Fernando Alonso got a little bit of work to do. The guys in front, let's have a look at the tyres on these guys. So Esteban Ocon has got to stop again. Lewis Hamilton hasn't. I would suggest maybe Danny Ricciardo will, but we'll have to see. Danny Ricciardo might be going long. So at 38, work to do for Fernando Alonso. Sorry, Sebastian Vettel's got a little bit of work to do, but a good display from him in P6 in that Alpine. Meanwhile, Pierre Gasly just chilling behind Valtteri Bottas. Lap 41, Fernando Alonso getting past Danny Ricciardo. I'm guessing Danny Ricciardo's going to the end, but Fernando Alonso making light work and lovely work into that section. And that should be the end of Danny Ricciardo in relation to that battle this afternoon. The only interesting one now is we're a little bit more happy. Look at this guy at the back. Yes! Lovely, right uppercut. But the only thing we need to be concerned about is Sebastian Vettel. Sebastian Vettel doesn't look like he's going to pit again. And to bridge that gap, I thought we got P7 as a minimum today. We have got about, 6 seconds to bridge. I'm hoping Fernando can do that with possibly the help of Lewis Hamilton getting past him as well. That might slow Sebastian Vettel up. Meanwhile, Pierre Gasly not looking like he's going to score points this afternoon, which is a big disappointment for him. But lap 42, anything can happen here in Silverstone. Let's see how we go. Lap 46, and it's his job done for Fernando Alonso. He's managed to get past Sebastian Vettel. He's made up the 4-second deficit that he had, and he's pushing on now. Sebastian Vettel on those tyres cannot hold on to the back of this Aston Martin. That actually he's probably wishing that he was in, as we look like we've nearly broke the RS. He's got it on this lap. He won't on the next one, but the next one now is Pierre Gasly. Is he going to be able to catch Valtteri Bottas and pass him for a single point? We're going to use the ERS very shortly. In fact, we're going to start deploying it now and see what Pierre Gasly can do to catch up to the back of that flying Finn. Lap 47. And you join us on the final lap, and unfortunately we didn't quite get the DRS of Valtteri Bottas. We've been on deploy, we've been on attack, trying everything we possibly can to catch Valtteri Bottas, but we've just not managed to do it. Charles Leclerc comes home to win the British Grand Prix, but Pierre Gasly, he's out of VRS, his tyres are pushed to the max. He's not going to catch Valtteri Bottas unless on this final DRS zone he might get a chance to make an overtake if he can stay close enough. Pierre Gasly being aggressive, his tyres are in better condition than Valtteri Bottas. Can he make it stick in this last DRS zone? I'd be amazed if he managed it, but I'm hoping he can. His DRS is open, Pierre Gasly. He's gaining, but not quite gaining enough. Pierre Gasly will not get a point this weekend. Valtteri Bottas deserves all the credit in the world.
Brilliant.
The two-stop wouldn't have been optimal for us. I don't think we'd have got anywhere near. It's just not been Pierre Gasly's weekend, it must be said. Congratulations to Valtteri Bottas and congratulations to Charles Leclerc, 7th and 11th for the Aston Martin guys. Pierre's not too happy.
Take the pickup.
I can understand why. And so there we have it. The classification is as follows. Charles Leclerc wins from Max Verstappen in P2. Sergio Perez picking up the final podium spot. Carlos Sainz and George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso in P7. Vettel P8, Ricciardo P9, Bottas 10th, Pierre Gasly 11th. Drivers standings wise, Max Verstappen extends his lead at the top of the Drivers' Championships from Carlos Sainz, who is in second. Pierre Gasly drops down one position to 6th. Lewis Hamilton gaining 8 points this weekend. Fernando Alonso scoring 6 points is remaining in 8th position. Constructors wise, Mercedes do extend the gap now to 17 points. Ferrari lead the constructors from Red Bull by 14 points, but we are sat in a lovely position in P4. I hope you've enjoyed that video. I apologise for my terrible voice in this commentating. You'll have to stick with me this week in the run up to Christmas. We'll see you on Thursday for the next one. Have a great week, and we'll see you back later. Ta-ra.